I've watched buyers with the highest purchase price lose a home to someone who came in lower, but with better terms. First-time buyers don't always lose houses because they bid too low. They lose because they write weak offers. Hey, welcome back to the First Time Home Buyers podcast. I'm Dat. Today, we're tackling the moment everything in this series has been building towards. The day you find the house, sit down with your agent, and write the offer that increase your odds to win. In this episode, I'm breaking down everything that goes into a strong offer in 2026. Earnest money, contingencies, escalation clauses, appraisal gaps, and the specific moves that get your offer accepted when you're competing against other offers or trying to negotiate seller concessions. Let's start with the most important rule in real estate. The seller is not just looking at the highest price. The seller is looking for certainty. Remember that word. A seller has a price they want, but more than anything, they want the deal to actually close. They're trying to avoid being burned, whether the loan is being denied in the middle of the process, inspections that can derail the deal, or appraisals coming in low and force renegotiations. They are trying to mitigate all the potential headaches, and so does their listing agent. When you write an offer, you aren't just bidding on a number. You're presenting yourself as the buyer who is going to get to the closing table without a lot of potential issues. The buyer who looks the most certain wins even at a slightly lower price. Before we get to offer mechanics, the foundation of every winning offer is a rock-solid pre-approval letter. A real pre-approval meaning the lender actually verified your income, pulled your credit, and revealed your full file. Looks dramatically different to a listing agent than a basic pre-qualification. This is where having the right lender matters. The pre-approval letter your lender produces is the first thing the listing agent reads. If it's weak, like mismatch information or approve less than what you're offering, your offer starts in a hole. If it's strong and your lender is willing to pick up the phone and vouch for you and your qualifications, your offer is read in a completely different light. Now let's talk about earnest money. Earnest money is the deposit you put down when your offer is accepted. It goes into escrow and gets credited directly toward your purchase at closing. Standard earnest money in most markets are 1% to 3% of the purchase price. In a competitive situation, making it 2% or 3% signals serious commitment. On a $400,000 home, that's the difference between a $4,000 deposit and a $8,000 to $12,000 deposit. To the seller, the bigger number says, I'm serious and I'm not flaking on this deal. Here's the key. Earnest money isn't an extra fee. It applies directly to your down payment and closing costs. You're just putting your money up earlier to show skin in the game. Just make sure you don't put down more than you can afford to risk if you back out. Now let's talk contingencies. Contingencies are the safety clauses that protects you and your deposit. They give you a way out if things go wrong. But to a seller, contingencies mean delay and risk. Smart contingency strategy could make the biggest difference between winning and losing. Number one, the loan contingency. This protects you if your loan falls through. If you're financing, keep the contingency. Do not waive it. Losing your earnest money because financing stalled is a risk you should never take, honestly. Instead of waiving it, shorten the timeline. If a standard is 21 days and your lender is fast, shorten it to 14 or even 7 days. Number two, the inspection contingency. The home inspection is your last line of defense here. Against major hidden structural problems, keep some version of it. Shorten the inspection window from 10 days down to 5 or 7 days. Next is the appraisal contingency. The clause protects you if the home appraises for less than the price you agreed to pay. So remember, the bank will only lend money based on the appraised value, not your purchase offer. So if you offer $420,000 and if the appraisal comes back at $400,000, the appraisal contingency gives you three clear options. You could renegotiate the price down with the seller, you could bring the difference in cash if you choose to, or you can walk away from the deal and get your deposit back. Sellers get nervous about appraisal contingencies because they don't want to deal with stalling 2 weeks into escrow. So in a competitive market, the move isn't usually waiving it entirely. It's shortening the appraisal timeline so the seller knows quickly. Remember, the seller also has plans they need to do, whether it's needing the money as fast as possible or so they can proceed on their new house. So I always suggest speaking with your agent and your lender about the comps for appraisal and how fast the loan can move. To cover any potential shortfalls or setbacks, it's always a team effort to write the winning offer. Now, here are the 3 secret moves that don't cost you $1 extra in purchase price. The first one is match the seller's timeline. Have your agent ask this listing agent what closing date the seller prefers. If they need 60 days to move or want a 14-day close because it's an empty house and they want the money fast, matching their timeline can win you the deal over a higher bid. The second one is offer rent back. If the seller is buying another home and needs time to transition, offer a short rent back where they stay in the home for a few weeks after you close. It solves their biggest headache. And the third one, the lender phone call. And this is my secret weapon. Before submitting the offer, I personally call the listing agent. I walk them through the pre-approval, vouch for your financials, and commit to the timeline with extreme confidence because that is what the seller wants. Certainty. Most big banks and online lenders will never do this. Having a trusted lender step up, transform a code piece of paper into an offer they actually trust. So before you ever make an offer, do this prep work. Write down your hard maximum price. Have your earnest money liquid and ready. Discuss any potential appraisal issues with your agent. Know your contingency boundaries with your lender. The buyer who panic or overpay are making decisions under pressure in the heat of the moment. The buyers who win are the ones who already made their decisions before they even saw the house. The buyers who win are the ones who already did their prep work ahead of time. So to wrap it up, winning an offer comes down to strategy, clear terms, solid earnest money, and a team that advocates for you. If you have the right setup, you can beat out higher bids without blowing your budget. If you're buying a home and want help structuring an offer that actually wins, head over to our website at fthbpros.com, drop a comment on YouTube, or DM me on Instagram at datloans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.